Of how all this comes together, you know, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of great stories. The ability of who can get their ducks in the row. So they start quacking a nice tune. We start here on Windows. The flashes come through, ready for an expected swing. There's the cross pop on the fire itself. And just look at that, how much intel they'll get. Doesn't really matter. Freck gets one, swings out. There's damage being done from Robbie as well. Lasmo does go down in the meantime, but 2 quick kills come out. Drove utility in. The kid is still outside the double window itself. The shield is trying his best to drive his way up, but his army's able to somehow get the kill in the meantime. Gillad gets one. It's sprayed round and Shifters open us up.
Shifters where you have operators like Azamia. You know, it would have been great to have that operator to remove some of those Kivas, so certainly losing out on that Flores not going to be great. I mean, what a position that P9 has got himself into, and last man just runs in and not expect.
They're just sort of drifting by on Windows. Twisted Minds are doing a good game of being sort of set up, ready to strike in these positions. But Robbie, hops out Mudroom, pulls the body down, and well, at this point, fine, you're eyeing up the site itself, but it's very possible for them to try and close it back down. Ooh, a nice little safety box. Great take onto one, but Blaz swings onto the next, and as it's back and forth here, just not enough time, Shifters.
Well, I'm sure that'll find it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the good things to see. There's okay, he's just gonna keep doing that, I think.
I mean, this is the confidence. Always looking at Hasham, aren't you? That's the kind of callous player for this side who you know can just go absolutely nuclear. Thought he put up one heck of a fight against G2 yesterday. And hey, speak of him, and he shall.
There is a little bit of a worry from what we saw yesterday, where we had this sort of competition. Goodbye, Tricks. Goodbye, Dov. Okay, 2 for 2. Wrap 3 down to Hasham and Gillad. Let's see if they can try and swing this round. And a pulse shotgun goes. Brr. I mean, Hasham on the top floor.
Hasham doesn't even have the kit, so they're just going to try and find 4 kills in 10 seconds, which isn't going to happen for him. And Shifters looks to be that they're going to complete a full rotation here on Chalet. What a way to kick things off.
It's sort of 3-0, 3-0, and it is obviously Shifters map. Just yet, Hasham slow and steady up inside. Knows somebody isn't too far away, but that somebody has a shotgun. Knows it. A really good and close range demo.
Yeah, and this is the worry now. Sack off the more strategical pursuit and try and play into obviously the Fenrir brand that they went for. I mean, that's better. You know, that bit of aggression there from P9 has been traded off really well from Shifters, but at the moment, for Twisted Mind, and just get kills. And if you are ready for it, if you're prepared for that, which they're obviously doing now with a foreign coming in as the kind of substitute trap operator. Good shot though from Gillad, who actually going to try and explode him with a Blackbeard, but it's not going to work as Shifters has held their ground, mostly Blaz in the site, and Blaz with another a man advantage, or put your team at a man disadvantage. There's a lot of pressure on that role, you know, and at the moment it's just not working out as they're reading into everything. I mean, that's probably plan C. Will just kind of...
It was. That sort of continuation of the almost catch and unfortunate release program there, as he can get away, get himself out of there. There is still P4 getting one, but as I was going to say, there's actually still Robbie on the other side, but Robbie's now being tracked. He's going to drift away before he gets caught. He's lucky that he isn't being watched by one of the windows at this point. And again, Shifters, whether it's a great prediction
Reloading.
or the premonitions coming true, either way, they seem to just always be one step ahead.
I mean, I think that the biggest issue I'm seeing with Twisted Minds is they're not trading their kills back well enough. You know, they're, especially the past 2 rounds, they've tried to go more aggressive, but it's solo pushes. They're not going together as a team. It almost feels a little bit like they're baiting each other. I think, you know, sure, for Shifters, if one player dies in Shift, out of the wrong window.
It's also, it's double soft there as well, so you could get some damage with that pistol all the way down, but no, P4 pops out. Call him P6. He's in a pod, but the pod is a violent gunfight. He's got himself a little bit of a route out. Great take onto one. Now look how isolated P4 is. He could try and fight his way out, but it actually, I was going to say saved by the stun, doesn't move. Holds the cross, knows they have to try and clear him. Another grenade will force Freck further and further away, and well, they're sort of checking it corner by corner. Oh, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Spencer probably placed before he did die. The Grim goes in. They have spot out that shield, and again, it's all about can they get rid of that shield or not. Lasmo finds Jalad and straight into the shield. I mean, they spotted it out, and it's as though he was unaware he was going up against that.
It's 2 versus 1, 30 seconds to Shom. He's made magic happen before, and he's able to find the first. A 1 versus 1. 2 of the best gunners, 2 of the best duelists that we have across EML, and now they got to see which one can sort of take the cake, but no utility. This is a drive-through fight based on the intel. 15 seconds, half the time gone. He's pulled his way back to the pool table and potted himself a perfect half. 6 rounds.
Actually perfect. The reality is now switching to the attack, and can they do this, but on the other side?
I mean, with a Monty, and then we have a Clash and a Dogby as well.
Clash, okay. Interesting.
There's another bit, just everything.
This is like a mini game fight
home alone.
We have to find all 8, please.
Here's the drive in. There's a Razor Bloom that does a lot of damage. Stomp's able to get 1. He can't quite net the kill. There's the cover. Great push back in here from Twisted Minds. Blaz gets a double though. They've somehow been able to get themselves a 2 versus 2. The angles Blaz and Lasmu find. It's Blaz, it's a Chanka. It's not an easy gun to operate in these kind of angles, but as a DMR, well, it's even tougher. There's the swing round, there's the follow through. It's another 1 versus nobody, because Blaz is bloody brilliant. And that is another flawless half.
We kind of go from shallow the clubhouse to very, where it's mostly focused on your crossfires and being able to kind of get into the bit. Twisted Minds that go bang, bang, bang and open up all these different walls. And I mean, there's going to be a pinch on to the Solus. Robbie gets caught in the basement. He was tracked, don't forget, by Hatch.
On the player at the back end, there's pressure all around. There goes Lasmo. They're going to have to try and fight their way out, and the C4 will be able to catch 1, but in the same time, they've lost Lasmo. And now they've lost pretty much everybody else. P4, all that's left on the back of the main stairs, but not for very long. Very, very good round there from Twisted Minds.
Yeah, well, bedroom. I would say they'll be slowly forced back, but if Util now gets dumped in with the Ying and the Candelas, and it's not a great position, I think, for Robbie to be in, but never mind, he wins it against the Blackbeard. Oh, almost gets the knife, but Hatcham has the shotgun primed and ready. It is going to be...
Stairs. They've still got some barbed wire, so they can keep a bit of an awareness here. Frozen out by himself. Keeps himself cool. Needed to thread the needle. There's another slow on the opposite end. We'll give them the read through. P4 has the cross, the 3 versus 1, and Trix might be in the sight. He's able to get a nice swing on towards 1, but he's in the middle of the remaining pair, and that is traded rounds.
Well, if you want the map, you can have it. And for Twisted Minds, see how quickly they were able to get in and just start opening up all the different avenues. And Jalad maybe jumping the gun. I mean, they've got half the round left. And
Audio making a bit of noise. Took a dub on the far side as well. They're pushing in Van bottom of the main. Freck does go down. They can't quite finish him off as Robbie's able to find Tricks in the meantime. There goes your Habani, a DML cover, and there goes the shield that was to support. Now it leaves 2 players left on the single side of the map. The kit is isolated on the other side from the other approach, and all 4 of them can look. And this is sort of the drive I mean by how wide the site is. Now the only way to get to that kit in time is to fight their way through. They can't go out and rotate over the top. They wouldn't be able to make it. They can't offer any external pressure, so they can just do this. Shifters, pull back, hold it as the single angles, and tuck themselves in when they want to try and get the end of it. They're watching from, well, nowhere that they can be found. Shifters retake the pace.
They kept trying to go, even though one of their players was...
Jammers, there's nothing to try and cut this off at the pass, but there is all the pressure in the world. The Clash is doing their best. The C4 won't quite get the full catch. Oh. How does he do that? Should not be allowed. And, well, he won't for very long. P9 does get the kill. The Clash is so alone, being doubled down on. Surely there's no escape out of this. Hold the line. Oh, the line is they get the player coming in for support. Blaz gets 1 in the meantime, but it's a 2 versus 3 now.
I mean, P4 was really trying to keep them back, but no, just not enough. And yeah,
a bit more. A bit of damage done as well. The first C4 is thrown and loose. Then, oh no, caught out by Lasmo.
Sees the legs.
Sees the legs.
Inside of rafters, you start off inside of rafters, and if nobody's coming towards your rafters, though they're not going for rafters take, you can quickly TP back. Hasham able to find Lasmo, who probably
get him back up, but look at the health of now what will be 3 of the Twisted Minds players, and look at what they've still got to go up against. 2 smoke canisters, another potential Razor Bloom that will get thrown if they go for the plant, and a C4 ripped and ready to go from Robbie. Well, there's at least no more of the Razor Bloom, but they'll force the player potentially with the grenade. They do down him. P4 just
somehow
didn't.
I thought he would have dipped out of that because it seemed a little bit off, but no.
You can see his foot. Oh, he saw his foot. His foot is visible. Instead, he's going to kill a different man, and he's going to waste the grenade. Oh no, this is entirely fallen away, Blaz. He has 5 seconds to hold on. They're going for the plant with what we said was so simple and so straightforward. Somehow, 2 grenades and a bit of pressure. What?
For Hashom now, he is slowly creeping his way in through it towards Strip and impact to the face. But Robbie goes down. He was, I think, distracted by the Blackbeard charging at him, and Dove is lucky to be alive. Look at that HP, must be 1 HP at least. The lad, well, find P4. And I mean, as much as what I've just said about, oh, they're going for their own game.
To make it stick, but as the shield can sort of make its way round, how they pull that one off, I don't know, but well, they'll have to wait a little bit before they can cross that pipe. And here, inside the site, in a fist fight, and caught out. Big Goyo, big trade. Trix gets one more, leaves them in a 1 versus 3. Swings round, is able to cement one more. He's worried about the next swing, and it comes, and there is a 4-2.
The main thing is be ready for the change of style, of the play style of Twisted Minds. They're not afraid to take risk.
Direct from there. So Bandit Cade makes a lot of sense off the back of
it. It's gonna.
Well, there's a C4.
It's a dud.
What happened there? Okay, they're able to find one. They're able to find the second. There's the third. Oh, okay, hang on.
Okay. This is a basement, by the way. Just
yeah. Like that's like the cherry on the top of how weird this round feels. Great take onto one. Instantly locked down.
If the gate was actually up, but it wasn't because the mirror was still too close to it deactivate, and then it came back on, so that's not going to work. So a little bit of a misplay there from Twisted Minds, and then Blitz tries to go in big. Lasman was very close. I think Blitz actually missed it, but Freck, a big old double. Squares it back. And an equal man camp. There's Blaz. And another one. Hashom comes up the staircase. However, you look at where both the Twisted Mind players are now. They're so far away from one another. And Robbie knows that he can man mark Hashom and hope that Blaz can win the one against the mirror. But the kit, look where the kit is. Never mind. They have to go towards him. No, he just runs Hashom.
But he misses the full rotate and misses the follow through. Now the pressure's coming on. They've got to drop on every single bit, and again, the width of this site, look how spread out shifters are. One falls, and that's the man with the kit above the hatch in kitchen alone. So now they're sending it without the kit itself. The second goes down in Moto, the third goes down, there's the fourth, and well, there's at least not a flawless, but this is a failure to launch, and they are all over it.
Around for the attackers. I think, there was certainly an opportunity.
Shalad, he can actually peel himself away. They're ready to do the run out if they want. There's the run out. There's how far he goes. But Robbie had the better gun, and there's the second. Look at the health that was done. Obviously, utilize the line gadgets as one comes out. See if they can force a bit of motion. But, it's narrow margins. Dove himself in. There's Hashom on the swing. People went for a plant for but a second, but now they know there's only one potentially inside the site. The blinds go out. He's gone right past him. He doesn't know there's a... Oh, no! Nobody knew. There's the swing inside sight. Hashom's got himself the distance, but a post-plant situation, and there's gunfire all over the shop. He's going to see if he can hold on, but he's not able to. On towards the wall now, quite quick. You can see that does get the drone, heard it sort of whirring. Are they just going to go quick? Yes, they are. There's one. They're able to swing themselves round, but Trix, an important kill back before it gets traded in by Blaz to drop into logistics. Doesn't quite net itself some reward. Caught on the BP. Somehow, P9 does a bit of damage towards Blaz as well, even though he was expecting the swing. Twisted Minds, they get underneath with the C4. Great rotation. There's the pickup on towards Blaz. And it started well, but what is the sort of problem? Shifters, obviously, they've got themselves another opening kill. But they don't have the best sort of record on another hour before with otherwise what could be 10 minutes, and they're so close. They're so close to keeping the fight going, to get themselves into another OT. P9 does find Freck though, levels things up. Great bit of positioning. And he can expect it, but as the pressure comes against the Kiba, they've got a long-range fight. They slip their way through. The Tracer will sort of go across. There's one. Ooh, can he find the second? Does a bit of damage, but there needs to be some action from some other players. They're knocking on the wall. Triple on towards Pipes. They're trying to get themselves round. They've got the close-tuck player, but has he been missed? Has he not been caught out? I think so. There's the swing round. There's the double for Dove, and P9 gets himself another. Leaves just Robbie alone watching hatches. 20 seconds. And I think we are about to find ourselves in. Can he sort of ruin the dreams of the team that he was able to drive and play with before? Gets one, gets himself on towards blue, but he's in towards the red time. He's going to see if he can pocket the plant 4 seconds, and at this point he's just going to let them swing back in. They stop, perfectly played, and we have ourselves a third map.
They were annoying, they were niggly, you know, they were in unexpected places. How many times was Hasham finding success on the flank? Yes, he was getting traded out, but he was just causing another problem for shifters to think about.
And it's always the Hasham P9 duo, you know what I mean? Like Hasham being aggressive, being annoying, being in weird position,
yeah,
and P9 closing the round in the backline.
But I think there's one player that we need to highlight that we don't all.
Throw it out of there and do whatever they do. No, what you would want to do it on.
No, this is there. Well, at the moment, everything is going to plan here for shifters because there ain't a lot happening really on the side of Twisted Minds. They've only just made their entry into the map. They've got in towards that top floor, but they're dropping like flies. 2 players gone. Blackberry, who's on half HP as well. Trix has been able to get 1 kill back, but again for shifters, look how quickly they just retreat into the kind of next half now of their setup. They've let go of the top floor, and oh, Lasmo gets caught out in the upstand repel.
Just sort of keep themselves pressed forward. There goes the plant. Dove's off. They've got a great position here. There's a swing round on towards Brown. They're looking for the follow-through player, but he'll secure the plant. In the meantime, Blaz goes down. The Glaz, a great long watch, but they can do this from above, and now all of that time is actually going to drift its way elsewhere. They've got to try and swing their way back in. It's nice repositioning. He's now on the window. There's a pick up on P4. In the meantime, somebody else has gone down, but with 27 seconds, they can't just sort of keep playing keep away. Great shot through the premonition and the call based on the intel. He's tucked himself in, but
is there a Mistro? No, not a Mistro. Lasmo does show himself, so they know that one player is at least inside a bakery. Have to try and deal with him, but Lasmo takes the aggressive standpoint, but P9 is there to shut him down.
I think he sort of felt the pressure on the walls, right? He wanted to try and get out of there. P4's taking a lot of damage as well. There's inside the site and prep. They're knocking on the door of the Glass. The Glass is just going to reset because look at the position. The other shield's got him. There's no support for him. Jalad gets a double. Yeah, I mean, it might almost be a time. Ooh, that's a cheeky one, but no further. Beautiful take there from Twisted Minds.
It's not going to be used in this round. C4 will get tossed and try to pick somebody off in the window, but not going to be the case. And Robbie has to try and dodge some nades. And a quick trade comes in. It's Dove on to Frack, and Lansman finds P9 at least. But oh, lads, the shotgun charged up the stairs to meet 1, and Chillad finds 2. Not only did he get Blaz, but Lansman
themselves up a drone just to watch. Keep a bit of an awareness and sort of set the approach here going. Just going to have to take the damage in Pillar. Oh, how he's pulled that one off, I couldn't tell you, but what will P4 do? Had a big opening first map, rotates his way down. They're fully aware. Twisted Minds seem to know all the motions that he's making. Goes for the man on the kit, but there's the cover. Where was this Twisted Minds on the...
Look to be pretty comfortable, look to be leading the round. Lasmo
in his own fire. P4, he's able to drift his way out of here, but how much damage is taken? P9 takes a bit, but gets the kill on Lasmo inside the site itself. The Blitz is still looking for a loose tipper out, but in the meantime, they've got the kit on the window of the site. They're trying to go with some pace to trade out elsewhere. Just misses the first engagement, finds himself against the shield, who sort of drops and goes for the fight, but there's the support from Hasham, a 4 versus 2 demo. And it seems like Twisted Minds have made sure to just turn the pressure on.
Yeah, and they keep moving with the Blitz too. I mean, Trix is just leading the way. Hasham with a shotgun. Trix with the final. I mean, this is Twisted Minds around the bomb site. They have used that Aurora to block off sweating door, and a quick one here from Robbie as he's tried to retake the position that P9 got himself into, and yeah, Shifters, the aggression, the retake has not worked out for them, and P9, what a shot! Thought Blaz would have had him dead to rights, but not the case.
But they can still try and formulate their approach together and keep the players isolated, keep the two remaining defenders away from each other, and now there is only one. Caught on red stairs, pressured away from the site itself, and that is now 4 to 5 in a row.
That doorway. He is in a tricky position because he is constantly being pinged by those Grims. He's going to have to try and go for it again. Shalad is really trying to go for the kill here. Freck on the P9. I mean, it's a weird round for Twisted Minds, but it's working out for them. Never mind Freck. A very important kill. The window there where the trades come in, but Lasbow, who was stuck in that corner the whole time.
His skills and how he's been able to get himself in. This could just sort of be that icing on the cake, but Blaz is such a great series. Lasmo has pulled himself further back. He's ready to pop up as soon as they go round, and there it is. 1 round.
To a best of 1, we're potentially, in the case of Twisted Minds, 2 rounds away. You can take out of the hands of Shifters. The first one they were taken out in this case is the cup.
The vertical angles and getting the hatch open. No kills have came in favor of Shifters, so Twisted Minds can just sit in their hands and hope to try and hold on to that man advantage. However, Freck will get stuck in with the first pick for Shifters before Jalad is there to take down Robbie.
Now that 4 versus 3, I mean, it's just as scary as the 5 versus 4, but they lose Dokby this time. There's a slightly different op, and then there's another. Oh no! Oh no! It's a 4 versus 1 out of nowhere. Freck, he's been able to have some magical moments, but look at Twisted Minds. They're applying the pressure. They're forcing him out the building. They're forcing them out the round, and they're forcing them. Dictated the whole map, but could have been an OT. This could already be done, and now instead, here we are. Dove goes down as the first. Lasman's able to get the lock in with a grenade. There's the swing through, and there's the second. Freck applies the pressure and goes for the close down. A bit of damage done towards Blaz and Freck, both of them, but they're in. They have the top floor control, and they have 2 bodies for the trouble.
See if they can hold on to this one, but Jalad, that is a great pick. Makes it doable now as that 1 kill has came back in favor, but very swiftly. Robbie able to keep that man count at 2. I think at this point here for Shifters, they've got tons of time now also to really make this happen. And P9 is trying a very aggressive peek up through the floorboards, but has been punished now. And Jalan, who did get that pick earlier, it's down to just a sliver of HP, and that's an easy one for Robbie. So Shifters, hey, the drone.
Yeah, they sort of had that read. I mean, it's a great drone. Oh, that's a great response to it. There's a take back on. The Dokkaby's gone. They obviously still have the line that they can utilize. Robbie almost gets caught by a Razor Bloom, though. Oh, and P9 swings onto the door and delivers a bit of pain. And there's another follow through. And there's one more, and it's just Blaz left. Gets it down onto a single player. And they finish off the one that they caught. There is a rotate coming through. They've got somebody pushing up white stairs and somebody pushing across the top. And they're just sitting, waiting. Kills his teammate, says, we're not going to give you the option. It's a fair play. And that is a fair shake. An absolutely monumental return to not only this series, but also...
Well, as you know, that EML is one of the hardest league that you could qualify through it. And honestly, I think we didn't show our performance yet. And we hopefully can show our performance, real performance, during the major.
Yeah, because if I look at the last few times your core of a team attended events, you know, Montreal Major, SI in Boston, you surprised everyone. It was top 8 every time. Do you think you have that in you to at least secure a top 8 going into Salt Lake City?
In this major?
Yeah.
That's like major. I hope. But nobody can predict what will happen.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it. Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
P9...
But we hope that not only top 8 first, inshallah.
Okay. Talking about today's game, you said EML was one of the hardest regions. It was looking a little bit close to comfort when you lost the first map 7-0. How did the comeback come about? Because you seemed very confident after that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how, and I just, what Daigo said and what Jalad said was very emotional for us to reach this major, and we are very exciting to reach the major. So I know the first match was 7-0. It was a lot. We didn't predict that, but I don't know. We just have great mentality and we are capable to do the comeback.
One more question before we let you go, because you have a whole series to play still. Any team in particular that you're looking forward to hopefully play against at the major?
Hopefully, I think for me, I don't have any preference, but I think maybe Hashum wants Alimo.
Ooh, okay.
I think, yeah. But for me, no one. I just want to win.
All right, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. Again, a massive congratulations on making it to Salt Lake City, and best of luck with the next best of 3 you have to play.
Thank you.
They really grew into map 2 and then map 3 onwards and really kicked on. It just goes to show just how important mentality is in elite level sport, and that's the same in esports as well. Twisted Minds, they dug in, they kept in the game, they ground out a win on Clubhouse. It wasn't pretty by any means. It could have gone the other way in another scenario, but they got over the line. And then once it got into Cafe, once they felt like they really had the advantage mentally, they put their foot down and they flexed their muscles.
What's incredible is how Shifters was dominating in most of the rounds, by the way. Like, you look at Freck here, 9-1 in the entry, Lasmo 6-2 in the entry. Yeah. How many more opening engagements do you need to win? I'm thinking of Clubhouse again, and I just rewind things, and I'm like, there was a certain point where they were in the lead, even in the 5-6 scenario, they were in the lead in that round, and they throw the lead away. They must hate themselves. Actually, I believe